when did you get into acting?
I got into acting when I was 10. When I was 10 years old. I'd done like piano lessons, voice lessons, dance lessons, and so the next thing my mom was like, well, let's take you to an audition for a musical theater show. And I got a role, and
Oh, wow.
I haven't looked back.
What role was that?
It was for Annie Warbucks. Not Annie,
Okay.
it's like the sequel.
Okay.
And I got the understudy of Annie, which was so fun for me. I didn't even have to wear a wig.
Oh, that's so how did you get the role of Dylan on The Secret Life of the American Teenager?
I got the role, well, first I got it, it wasn't on Secret Life, it was on Pilot, that Brenda Hampton, the creator and writer of Secret Life, she had a pilot. This was like almost 2 years ago now. And so I booked Dylan on that. She was one of the main characters. And we shot the pilot and it was great, but it didn't get picked up. It was so sad. But 6 months later, I got an email from my agent and they're like, hey, could you cancel your vacation coming up? I'm like, why? They're like, they want to bring your character into Secret Life. So it's like the same exact character, background, parents, friends, everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what's it like working with such a talented cast of young actors, especially Shailene Woodley?
I know. It's great. I mean, there are so many, I'm not just working with 4 or 5 people. I'm working with so many people. The cast is huge. And so many talented young actors. I mean, they're all incredible. And Shay especially, she's like such a sweetheart. I'm so excited for her. She's so talented. Yeah. And she, did The Descendants, and she has more projects coming up. I mean, her future just looks so bright.
No, I'm sure you'll get there.
Hopefully.
Don't worry, I'm sure it'll happen. And who is Dylan?
Dylan is Ben Boykovich's on and off girlfriend, kind of. She's a liar, a troublemaker, kind of controlling, but she's fun, She's just young and careless and figuring it out. Hopefully she does. We'll see.
And we last left off with Dylan leaving to go to another high school. Will we get to see more of her in the upcoming season?
She'll be back, yes. Okay. She is going to a different high school, but she's also very much tied to Ben. So it's going to be, figuring out if she wants to still be with Ben or Henry, or, it'll be more time and effort. So they're just, I think, deciding if it'll be worth it or not for everyone involved.
Right.
So we'll see. Okay. I don't even really know yet.
Okay. But fingers crossed.
Yes. Yeah, right?
So if you were to pick Ben or Henry?
Henry.
Henry,
sure. He's such a gentleman. And Ben's a great guy, but he's a mess right now, He doesn't need to be with anybody.
This is true. Yes. And Dylan seems to have a more villainous vibe to her. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about playing the antagonist?
I love it. I mean, it's very opposite of me, so it's really fun for me to play. And you always have to have a bad guy.
Right.
I mean, it wouldn't be a good show to watch if there wasn't, Do
you ever see yourself playing a good guy?
I hope so.
Okay.
I get to play all kinds of
awesome.
guys. Good guy, bad guy.
Is there any Anna in Dylan?
Not really. I mean, I'm sure I had my moments when I was younger, like high school and whatnot,
Right.
First relationships, figuring it out, and wanting that person to be what you made up in your head, but it never quite turns out that way. So I don't know. I think we all have a little bit of Dylan in us, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
She's just way at the top of the scale.
And besides for Secret Life, do you have any other projects coming up?
I just did a film that I flew in today.
Okay.
I was back at, it's called She Loves Me Not, and it's about this author. He's a middle-aged man, and there's kind of 3 segments to the film, and it follows his career from being really good to not so great to getting it back on his feet, and then the different women in his life. at those different times in his life. And I play the daughter of one of the women. So it was just one day filming, but it was in my hometown, which was really cool. I wish every project was in my hometown. Alton, Illinois.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The director happened to be from there. It was crazy, but it was really fun. Yeah.
Sounds fun. How long has the production been going on?
They did it in 13 business days.
Oh, wow.
Really fast. 3 weeks span, but 13 working days, I was told.
Oh, wow.
So they got it done, yeah.
In the future, which actor or actress would you like to be in a movie with? Or television?
I think one of them would be Annie Adams. She's like one of my favorites. I mean, she can do the light comedies like Enchanted and the Muppet movie, which was so awesome. But then, you know, you turn around and she's got Oscar noms for Doubt and The Fighter. I just think she's so talented and adorable, and she can play all kinds of different roles. I envy her career. So I like to think someday I'm like, oh, we're both redheads. We could play sisters or something in the future.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I would love to work with her.
Yeah, she's cute. I like her a lot.
Yeah.
And what feedback would you give others pursuing the same career?
That's a hard one because everyone's path is so different.
Right.
You know, there's not like one specific way to get there, but I think you definitely have to make sure you're completely passionate about acting and pursuing that as a career. And patience and perseverance, because, you know, it's a hard business and you have to be really dedicated. And sometimes it takes a long time, sometimes it doesn't. You know, some people their career happens in like a blink of an eye, and the others it takes, 5 to 10 years of really hard work. I think it's definitely important to just always continue working on your craft and making connections, whether that's in your hometown or if you're in LA or New York. If you're back home like I was in the St. Louis area, I just made as many connections as I could in that town. And then those connections had connections in LA and New York and led me there eventually. And just surround yourself with people who believe in you. Because it can get tough and, you always have to have those people to say, no, you're doing it, you're out there, and, it's nice to have people who believe in you.
Yeah.
I think it's impossible without those people.
Yeah. And what's your favorite book, or what book are you currently reading?
Right now I'm reading, I actually just started it today. I'm like a third of the way through it. Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston, I think is how you say her name.
Yeah, I think I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's like a classic that I somehow missed in like high school or college, and I had some girlfriends go, you have to read it. And it's a coming of age story, I guess, about a black woman living in the 30s and kind of, figuring out her spiritual life and what love is, and dealing with society imposing certain morals and values on her, and just figuring life out. It's beautifully written.
Yeah, it's always the best when you're able to read, figure out your life, through a book.
Exactly. You're reading certain situations she's dealing with, and even if you haven't been there exactly, you're like, wow, I can really apply this to my life, or I know what she's feeling, and it's a really wonderful book. Definitely great American literature.
Do you have a favorite book, or?
I'm sure if I thought about it really hard, I could come up with something. But I love to read. I'm always reading.
Yeah.
I have so many.
I have stacked this.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
All right. Well, thank you. It was nice meeting you,
and
hopefully we'll see more of you on Secret Life.
Yes, definitely.